Let me tell you a story. So there's a one boy when he started making a YouTube vlogs. However, one day he felt weird because when he records his vlog, his sister is listening at the next door there. Yeah, so bale, it feels cringe. It's the first time when I'm recording this video out of the 40 plus I've uploaded so far. This is the first time na meron akong listener there sa likod. But anyways, papadungulan ko lang siya. Okay, so back to the mga na-record ko last year and quick discussions regarding on my realizations about it. I don't know if i-include ko pa inyo, but I know that everyone here or everyone listening in this felt a sense of nervousness in a particular situation. For example, during the examination, for example, during the group performance. But I just want to share with you an experience that I think is strange because here's the story. 1.5 years ago, it's our graduation and I am the one who give the speech in front of the students, parents, the supervisor. So imagine talking to that huge crowd. Tapos pandemic pa nun. Tapos not sure ka kung ang performance mo ba is satisfactory or hindi. So 1 hour, 2 hour before ng speech, syempre pupunta ka sa venue. What you will felt during that jeez. So bale, meron pala mga tangi ito nga try. So, what happened during 1 hour or 2 hours before that is that the nervousness level na nafe-feel ko is like all-time high. However, this is what's interesting. During the actual speech, what you will feel is actually that nervousness drop down to 0. So, imagine, nervousness is only felt when you do things that are extremely scary before. So, although it is weird, but this is the graph that I created there. So 2 hours before the speech, my nervousness is going all-time high. A minute before, it's all-time high. However, during, it dropped down. So I think this is what they call the flow state. That other unnecessary thoughts, other unnecessary self-talk, self-doubts, when you are in the process, when you focus yourself to be in the present moment, you will feel engaged. You will always do your best. So in that moment, what you feel is that it is unlike what you rehearse in your mind. So there's a clear distinction between what you imagine and what is the reality. So kaya nga sinasabi ng maraming mga older people na do not overthink, just go on with the flow, because most of the time 95% what you imagine never actually came true and only 5% actually came true. What matters the most is that when you are at that moment, you did the correct decision. You think clearly what choices will help you. So yeah, that's the realizations that I have when I gave the speech. Like before, it felt so nervous. I remember tuloy na sinabi nila, when you are nervous, you are scared, and you will only grow when you felt discomfort, such as being scared. So yeah, that speech helped me to improve my public speaking. It helped me conquer my fear that the other setting that I speak in front of stage, speak in front of huge people, what I felt is just being in the flow state, being calm, just go on with the flow. I plan to stop this na, but I think to provide you more value, siguro ubusin ko ng 1 page na i-discuss para sa inyo. So, July 16, 2022, I stated here that I felt a complete sense of peace when delivering my speech. My nervousness dropped like talagang from top to bottom during that moment. July 17, 2022, the day after that, it's quite strange because what most people think that when you achieve success, when you achieve that certain level of awards, certain level of recognition, what they think is that they will feel happy already all the time. Little did they know that that happiness only lasts for a day or two. After a week, after 3 days, your life will be back to normal. So you see, chasing that unnecessary achievements, chasing that unnecessary reward, and basing your happiness on it won't truly give you happiness, but unhappiness. You will feel discontented. Because what really matters is that you love what you are doing. You always do your best in what you're doing. And you find happiness in doing it. So, in July 17, 2022, last year, I record that focus in the effort you did in in the process rather than the result or outcome. Maybe na-realize ko na sa part na to na when we focus on the effort, we do not care whether we succeed or failed. When you focus on the effort, kahit anong mangyari, you will be happy. When you focus on the effort, you improve yourself by thinking what can you do to improve what you are doing. Rather than focusing on the result or outcome which is uncertain, because you are uncertain, we are uncertain what other people will think about us. When we focus on the process rather than outcome, it's a beautiful experience. Your happiness will not be dependent on other people. Your happiness, you already have it. Because you know to yourself, you already did your best. So why bother thinking about what other people will think? When you know to yourself that you already did your best, when you know to yourself that you improve. And I think it's a beautiful experience when your motivation comes from inside rather than the external. Second bullet point that I put it here, that I said that no matter how dark your current situation, always have hope that you will eventually pass through that dark period of your life. Quite cringe. But yeah, I agree. Because every situation that we have, every circumstances that we feel, they do not last forever. Whether it is good times or bad times, that's not meant to remain forever. It is meant to be experienced, to learn from it, and to enjoy it. But that is not meant to be with you forever. Whether it is status, whether it is wealth, whether it is recognition, relationship, it's not meant to last forever. It's weird na nakabot sa topic na to, or ang nakalagay lang naman dito, no matter how dark your current situation. But yeah, everything in this world is temporal. So, learn to appreciate all the things that you have and know that it will not last forever. So you might as well appreciate it. Always have hope and put your worries and trust in God. The greatest killer of the dream, the greatest unmotivating that we have, overthinking, worrying. When you stop worrying and overthinking by placing all your burden up, you release the tension, you release that mental luggage, and you will be feeling free, light, and easy. Third bullet point, your worth is not based on your achievements. I don't know why I've written it after that graduation, but it's true. Your worth is not based on achievements. I'll be honest. I know there are a lot of people who are 100%, 1000% better than me in any significant skill. Writing motorcycle, there's someone more better than me. Writing essay, there's someone more better than me. Leading, leading an organization, there's someone more better than me. But you know what? My worth is not based on comparison on other people. And similarly, your worth is not based on the standards, on the metric of what other people set. Your worth, the, your worth is already on who you are. You see, I am a huge believer that everyone has a limitless potential. You just need to hone it, you just need to improve it, you just need to train it. Practice, practice, practice. Because that's what it takes to become the best. Surely you might not be blessed with genetics, but you know what? Genetics only plays small part of our life. At the end, what plays huge role in our life is choosing the correct decision every time we make choices. That's it. Your worth depends on how you perceive yourself. If you perceive yourself as someone who is great at doing things, if you perceive yourself as someone who is better at studying, of course you will act in that self-image. We act based on what we think. If what you think is trash, your act is trash. If what you think is great, you act great. That's what they call mental conditioning and self-image. For example, there's an event in school. You are in the covered court, surrounded by hundreds of students who you do not know. Think about them as just strangers, like yung mga classmates mo sa ibang sections. Buong grade 12, sama-sama kayo sa room. And there's one time na yung host, yung MC, is nagtanong ng one question. As in, malapit siya sa'yo. Sa row nyo na nakaupo, kayo magkakakilala. Nagtanong yung MC ng question. You know the answer, pero nag-aalangan ka. Because your self-image is that you are very shy person. Your self-image is that you are not very confident person. And what do you think you will do? What do you think will be your choices? You will not raise your hand. You will not have the courage to try answering it. Because of the mental conditioning you placed in your mind. It's interesting fact that everything else in this world, everything else that we do, everything else we achieve, just come down to how we use this, how we process our thoughts. You see, your worth is not based on your achievements. You are already worth it. Always do your best for your future self.